Have you ever noticed something strange? The kindest person in the room is often the most overlooked. The person who listens, helps, forgives, and cares deeply is not always the one who receives appreciation. Sometimes they are ignored, taken for granted, or even forgotten. At first, this seems unfair. After all, shouldn't good people naturally attract respect and attention? But human psychology tells a different story. The truth is that people do not always respond to goodness the way we expect. In many cases, a good heart becomes invisible precisely because it is always available. Psychologist William James once said, "The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Yet appreciation is often directed toward what is rare, exciting, or difficult to obtain, not necessarily toward what is consistently good. This creates a painful reality. Many genuinely kind people spend years wondering why their efforts go unnoticed. The answer has less to do with their worth and more to do with how the human mind works. One reason people ignore good hearts is something psychologists call habituation. Habituation happens when we become so familiar with something that we stop noticing it. Think about a clock ticking in a room. At first, you hear every tick, but after a while, your brain filters it out. Not because the sound disappeared, but because it became normal. The same thing happens in relationships. When someone is constantly supportive, reliable, and caring, people often begin to treat that kindness as normal. Instead of appreciating it more, they notice it less. The good heart becomes background noise, not because it lacks value, but because it becomes expected. Another reason is that humans are naturally attracted to novelty. Our brains are designed to pay attention to things that are unpredictable. Neuroscientists have found that uncertainty often triggers stronger emotional responses than certainty. This means people frequently focus on individuals who are difficult to understand, difficult to reach, or difficult to predict. Meanwhile, the kind person who is always honest and dependable may seem less exciting. The irony is painful. The qualities that make someone trustworthy can sometimes make them less noticeable. Philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer once observed, "Most people take the limits of their own vision for the limits of the world." In other words, people often judge value based on what captures their attention, not what truly matters. And attention is not always a reliable measure of worth. There is another psychological factor at play. People often associate value with scarcity. When something is difficult to obtain, it appears more valuable. This principle is used everywhere from marketing to relationships. If a product is limited, people want it more. If someone's attention is rare, people chase it. But when kindness is freely given, many people unconsciously underestimate its value. This does not mean kindness is weak. It simply means the human brain often mistakes availability for low value. Research in behavioral psychology has repeatedly shown that people tend to pursue rewards that feel uncertain or limited. As a result, the person who gives endless support may receive less appreciation than the person who offers occasional attention. This is not because the second person is better. It is because scarcity influences perception. Another reason good hearts are ignored is emotional familiarity. People are often drawn toward emotions that create intensity. Drama, conflict, uncertainty, and excitement generate strong emotional reactions. Kindness, on the other hand, creates stability, and stability is often quiet. The problem is that many people confuse emotional intensity with emotional importance. A peaceful relationship may feel less exciting than a chaotic one. A caring friend may seem less memorable than a difficult friend. But over time, stability proves far more valuable. The ancient philosopher Epictetus taught, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." The same principle applies to relationships. True value is often found in peace, not chaos. Yet many people do not realize this until much later. There is also the issue of emotional blindness. Sometimes people cannot recognize a good heart because they are dealing with their own pain. When someone struggles with insecurity, fear, or past trauma, they may overlook genuine kindness. Not because they want to, but because emotional wounds distort perception. Psychologist Carl Rogers, one of the founders of humanistic psychology, believed that people thrive when they receive empathy and unconditional positive regard. Yet individuals who never experienced these things may have difficulty trusting them when they finally encounter them. A good heart can feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar things are often misunderstood. This is why some people push away those who care about them most. Deep down, they may not believe they deserve such kindness. Another uncomfortable truth is that some people only recognize value after losing it. Human beings often focus on what they have lost more than what they currently possess. This tendency is known as loss aversion. Studies by psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky demonstrated that losses generally feel more powerful than equivalent gains. In simple terms, people notice absence more than presence. A good-hearted person may spend years supporting others without much recognition. Then one day they leave. Suddenly, everyone notices what they contributed. The kindness that seemed ordinary becomes extraordinary. The support that felt guaranteed becomes irreplaceable. Unfortunately, awareness sometimes arrives too late. There is also a social factor involved. Modern culture often rewards visibility more than character. People see confidence, status, popularity, and success. These qualities attract immediate attention. Character is different. Character reveals itself slowly. It cannot always be seen in a photograph, a social media post, or a first impression. A good heart is applauding. And while the world may overlook a good heart for a moment, its impact is never truly lost, because every act of kindness leaves a mark. Every moment of compassion changes someone, and every good heart creates ripples that travel farther than it will ever know. That is why being good is not about being noticed. It is about being meaningful, and meaningful things endure long after attention fades.